Nakabenta ki khobor ke baman kasngi subscribe yo Antor News.
Kublai phi baro kini hilong ki khubor bamta kasngi. Hadin ka Voice People Party kalonggum ka sengsan pyrthei ka bapura ya ka balayo jing itu na katanad Election Commission India haringkan usyap simbol bapura da upra. Menta kani ka sengsan kalaya ringkat kerdan berkiwei pat ki sengsan pyrthei ha ka jilla bat kari India. Kajinyo simbol jong kaseng VPP da upra akalade kajing sandur kabapala ya kajila Meghalaya kabala dap Sunways nem kum kajila bapura. Na kalyang uba adan mila basayo mon kum u President Rangba udan ban penskaw syakipat ba kajila ladai bandan kajing kalaha kerukam perkhan ban penkhut ya kasensyar kakadar. Uba adan mila basayo mon uyathu baka VPP kalayo jing itu kadika bor upat ba. Kajingya yalap jong u ya ka clean campaign kalong kajing sandur ka baningkong sya bandan ka seng Am Admi Party ka badon Hadelhi. Yathu uba adan mila basayo mon. Namar Hadelhi katika seng kala suthin kibriu kila kham syampang ban ha Meghalaya yathu uba adan. U President ka Voice People Party uba adan mila basayo mon ula pelong ya ka jinyalang pat ba hasnong smith men ha ka arfui terik u kala lingkod arhajar arfulai ula yo ban pensngau ya kilat pathai kubor ya ki kam jongka bakadai ban le. Uba adan mila basayo mon haba pensngau ya ka jat benriu bakadon ki an banyada ya ka jat benriu namar bombyang ki an mi ki seng balang banyaki. Uba adan mila basayo mon ulayathu lada ki pat ba ki snap yo uba adan por badang long MLA kanum jai ki seng balang ban mi surok ban yakhi ki babun ki mat ki jura jong ka jilla yathu uba adan mila basayo mon.
You can elaborate. You see, as you know, we have made it clear that the reason, that led to the formation of the Voice of the People Party is to bring in a political change in the state, wherein we need to bring a clean politics in the state of Meghalaya. And clean politics, as I have mentioned, only is the basis, clean politics alone, I can say, is the basis of good governance. So if there is good governance, you will understand that everything will be set in place. You see, when we form the party, we form with the determination to go and explain to the people about the need of the hour, the need to bring about a political change in the state. And in our effort to enlighten the people, so we could witness that the people of the state also long for the change. And the attendance of the people in our meeting has, spoken volumes of the fact that people want change in the state of Meghalaya. I think as it is, you could witness, the swell of the crowd whenever we call for a meeting. And our practice, we don't organize anything. We don't arrange vehicles, buses or trucks to, attract people. We just announce. So that itself, I think, is a clear case where the people still love for the change. You see, I think you have seen, you have heard in our speeches that money power is not a problem for us, because we know how to fight election without the use of money power. For us, money is one of the factors. It is not the only factor. So therefore, to win election by way of buying votes through money power is not acceptable in the Voice of the People Party. To the threat for the regional parties from the national party, either from Congress or BJP, that is natural. Even Congress also is trying to swallow, so BJP will definitely, they are in power in Delhi. So they just want to piggy ride as long as they understand that they have not received the support of the people. The moment they start getting the support of the people, they will leave these regional parties. Which is why we mentioned that the reason for us to float this party is because of the complete failure on the part of the regional parties. It is very sad, to tell you that regional parties in the state have no backbone to stand on their own. They like to be part of or to join with any party just to be in power, because for them the only objective is to win election and be in the government or be in power. So they are ready even to sacrifice. They are even ready to leave out the principle of the party. You see, I've been telling this many times. Unification for what purpose? If unification is only an attempt to win election, there is no point at all. There must be a solid ground, a solid principle, a solid foundation for us to reach to that stage of unification, where we need to have one mind, one goal, one principle. Until and unless we agree on principle and issues, there is pointless to try to unify regional parties before election only. Had it been that the performance of this present government is satisfactorily, we would not have come up with this new political party. So therefore, we decide to launch this political party because all the political parties, not only the parties in this dispensation, but even the old parties that have governed the state for a number of years, have failed the people of the state miserably. Not at all, not at all. It is against the wish, the sentiment, the expectation of the people. Since we have mentioned that we are not accepting the decision of the MDA government, we will definitely undo. You see, I think to talk about other political parties, I don't think it is advisable on my part. But I can only tell you that the people of the state at present are more, conscious, aware about the political processes and political development in the state, so they know where to go. You see, when I prepare for the election, I don't wait for such opportunity. I go my own way. So it has nothing much to say about. That got the inspiration from us. We are instrumental in launching the Clean Politics campaign much before the Aam Aadmi Party. We launched the Clean Politics campaign in Meghalaya in 2010, and they launched the Clean Election campaign in 2011. The difference is that the people of Delhi, they are fast catching with the issues, with the purpose, with the objective, comparing to our people in Meghalaya. Even Article 371 will be included in the manifesto of the party because it is a shield to protect the rights of the indigenous people, including the resources of the state. So, as you know, I need not to spell out this article, but we know that this is far more better. It is like a shield. It is the only shield comparing to any other mechanism that we would love to ask from the government.
But Aden, when you were in the HSPDP, you have supported the demand for a separate Khasi Jaintia state.
No.
What will be this?
No, you are wrong. I may be in the party, but in principle, I have not agreed. Which is why during our time, the demand for the separation of Khasi Jaintia state is not reflected as a priority of the party.
And the reason for this,
The reason because we believe that a separation, a creation of a separate state is not a solution. We need to ask, why do we have to demand from the government for a separate state? There must be some valid reason. So according to us, we don't see that creation of separate state will be a solution for the problems of the Khasi people.
So what do you have to
You see, whenever you talk about any issue, you have to understand that there must be a complete sincerity on the part of the political leaders. How sincere are the leaders of the state when they decide, to pass an official resolution in order to implement ILP? So, to me, I don't see any sincerity and seriousness on the part. In fact, it seems as if there is a connivance between the state government and the central government in order to pave way for the state government to, to shake the responsibility giving the responsibility to the central government and telling the people that we cannot do anything since the ball now is in the central government's court. So how sincere are they? That is the question that the people would need to ask.
So how is your party planning to ensure that Meghalaya gets ILP?
You see, ILP will be included in our manifesto, but the situation is different, where the present government has, failed, not only has failed, has created a situation where it is not easy. So what we need now to do, we need to first challenge the presidential order whereby they remove the word Khasi Jaintia from the preamble. Is it constitutional on the part of the central government to adopt or to change any law, after the expiry of 3 years of the commencement of the Constitution of India? That has to be looked into. It is very sensitive, so we don't want to handle it carelessly. We just want to tell you that it will be included in the manifesto of the party, that when the party is voted to power, we will definitely review and relook the policy, because reservation policy is not a simple policy. We need to do some research work. We need to compare. We need to understand the true meaning of reservation before we come out with any decision. So we will be constituting an expert committee if we are given to power, and the expert committee will dwell on this issue, will carry out some research work, so that a policy that it is going to come, is not discriminatory.